Hey there guys, it is Jake here. Today I'm doing the second episode in my 31 Nights, 31 Frights series where I review a different horror film every day of October. In my previous video, my review of The Martian, I had said that the first day I had already made the video, I had done all the editing, and I tried to upload it, but there were some technical problems with that. So that video is up now. It should have been up the first, but now it's on the second, so you're getting two reviews today. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that today I'm doing the second episode, and today I am reviewing one of the all-time horror classics, and that is The Nightmare on Elm Street, directed by Wes Craven. So guys, when this movie came out, obviously I wasn't alive, but from hearing from people who were, this was revolutionary. You had your Jasons, you had your Michael Myers, and they were pretty typical slashers. They were awesome films. Halloween is still my favorite horror film of all time, but they're pretty typical slashers with a few different characteristics tweaked to make them different. But Freddy Krueger is something completely different. He's a slasher, but there's this psychological horror element that's added to it, whereas he comes and he kills you in your dreams. That's right, when you're sleeping and you think you're having a nice dream and you're in a safe place, you are not, because Freddy Krueger is going to show up and he's going to slash you with his finger knives. Honestly guys, this is probably the scariest movie growing up for me. Every time my mom turned this on, I was so scared. I would completely cry. I would run away and hide. I didn't want to see it. Freddy Krueger was the scariest thing to me. Just the idea of a guy being able to come into your dreams and kill you is just freaking scary as hell. This is one of the most amazing horror films ever created. It is totally revolutionary, especially for its time, and the film still holds up today. Some of the special effects don't really hold up, particularly one at the end of the film, but most of them do hold up. I think that Freddy Krueger is still one of the scariest guys in film history. Definitely, I like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the one I'm reviewing right now, is my favorite out of the entire Nightmare on Elm Street. It's the one that takes itself the most seriously. When you get into the sequels, you get into more of horror comedy where they kind of poke fun at it and they don't take themselves as seriously, but I enjoyed the first one the most because it did take itself seriously. I thought it was pretty terrifying. I still think it's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. It is a phenomenal watch. It's currently on Netflix, so you guys can check that out as soon as you want. I recommend seeing it as soon as possible. Knowing Netflix, they'll probably take it off at the end of October or something like that, but it gives you guys the opportunity to watch it. This is a great film to watch with your friends. It is a movie that came out in the 80s, so it's not like the horror films today, so some scenes may seem a little comedic to you, but I probably recommend watching it alone in your room. It'll probably be the scariest at that point. But if you guys don't know who Freddy Krueger is, you've probably been living under a rock, because he's one of the biggest horror icons of all time, and I really think that you guys should check this movie out. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time. Definitely one of the biggest horror classics of all time. Probably up there with the likes of Halloween and The Exorcist. Definitely probably in my top 5 of all time. I did a video previously where I had talked about Wes Craven's passing away. It was a truly sad day. I was really upset that day. He's the director of this film, and the dude just did something amazing with this movie, and I'm really sad that he's gone, but I'm glad that he gave us such movies as Nightmare on Elm Street and the Scream series. So there's nothing else I'm going to say about this movie today, guys. I think you guys should check this movie out as soon as possible. Most of you have probably already seen it, so if you've seen this movie, let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. If you've never seen it, go out and watch it. Come back to this video and let me know what you think. Other than that, there's nothing else I'm going to say today. If you want to hear more from me, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like this video. Check out some of my other ones. I will put a link in the description down below to my previous video where I review the new sci-fi thriller film starring Matt Damon, which is directed by Ridley Scott, and that is The Martian. That is all I'm going to say today, guys, and I'm out.